Hi, my name is Laura, and I haven't updated this channel in a really long time. And the reason I haven't is because on March 23rd of this year, my son Dean passed away. Um, he was 7 months old when he died, and he died from SIDS. That morning, my boyfriend got up, well, ex-boyfriend now, got up to go to work, and Dean was crying, so he changed his diaper and fed him a bottle. And I was still sleeping at the time because I had been up all night, because at the time we were living in a condo and the neighbors downstairs had some issues that night, and the cops got called, and it was just a really hectic night outside. There was tons of noise from all the issues with them, and so I was up all night and I fell asleep. Oh, it was pretty late, or I guess really early in the morning when I fell asleep. So he let me sleep. He took care of Dean, and then after Dean was done his bottle, he lied him down next to me in the bed, and we fell asleep. And then my boyfriend called me a couple hours later after or I don't know exactly what time it was that he called me. And I didn't answer the phone, but I heard it ring, and then I got up and I checked my phone, and when I rolled over, Dean was lying there, and I rubbed his tummy and I was like, Dean, wake up, wake up. And then I felt him, and he was cold and white, like this horrible color. And he was dead. And so, not thinking, I called my mom and I said, Mom, Dean's not breathing. And, or no, first I called my boyfriend and I said, Dean's not breathing, I think. And then I called my mom, and my mom's like, call 911, call 911. So I hung up and I called 911, and she started explaining to me, like, I told her what had happened and that he wasn't breathing and he was cold. And she told me to lie him down on the floor and to start to do CPR. And at that time, my boyfriend was running in, and so I gave him the phone, and she was telling him what to do. And then because there's a gate you had to open to get in, so I went downstairs and I opened the gate for the paramedics, and they came in. And then after that, they did what they needed to do, and then I started talking to a police officer, and then my mom showed up and she was freaking out, and she's like, we have to go to the hospital, we have to go to the hospital right now. And so we went, I went and got my stuff, and then I think it was a fireman who drove us to the hospital because we lived right close by to the hospital. And when we got there, we went to this room and we sat there, and they were working on him in the emergency room, and I waited there with my mom. And then my boyfriend's parents showed up, or ex-boyfriend's parents showed up. We waited there with them, and sorry. And then after that, my boyfriend, because he was talking to the police officer still at the house, and then after that, sorry, after that, we waited in the room for a really long time, and then my grandparents showed up, and the nurse called my dad and told him what happened. And then we waited and waited and waited, and then finally they came in and said, "I'm sorry, but we can't bring him back to life. He's dead." And so after that, everyone just was crying, and we were all really upset. It was a very, very difficult day. And, yeah. And then so after that, we started planning a memorial service the next day, and it was very difficult. And so on April 1st, we had a memorial service for Dean, and he was cremated, and a lot of people showed up. A lot of people cared about that little boy, and it was very hard. And then after that, things in mine and my ex-boyfriend's relationship just started to go from bad to worse. And then he told me he was going on a vacation, and so he left. And yeah, and it's been just very, very difficult to cope with everything that has happened. And me and my ex-boyfriend, we ended up breaking up. And yeah, now here I am. And it's just very difficult to even have to deal with something like this. I would never wish anything like this on even my worst enemy. It's just horrible, and just trying to be strong and get through everything that has been thrown at me. And when you're a little girl and you look at your life, you think, like, this is not what crosses your mind as to what's gonna happen at all. And I guess I just want to tell my story, and I want Dean to live on. That is just through memories and everything. So the reason I'm making this video is because I want to kind of start making videos for mothers who have lost their babies and ways to cope, and to just be able to deal with the pain and everything that goes along with it. So that's basically what I'm gonna start to do, is just make videos on this channel and see where it goes from there. Just take it one day at a time. But it's been over a month now since it happened, and it was on March 23rd that it happened, so almost 2 months now. And yeah, I can't say it gets easier every day. It just changes from day to day. Some days are better than others. But yeah, so basically that's it. And I just wanted to say that basically that's it. So I will talk to you guys again soon, and I'll be making more videos. And yeah, if anyone wants to reach out and talk, if they've had a similar experience, or even if they haven't, or they have any questions about SIDS or anything like that, just let me know, because I do have some information and stuff like that. Okay? So I will talk to you guys later. Bye, YouTube.